Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital spoilers. Drew takedown plot puts Stella and Curtis in danger. General Hospital GH spoilers reveal that the preview for the week of February 24th to 28th just dropped, and fans can expect some explosive moments in the land of Port Charles as sweeps month comes to an end. Among the different storylines featured in the weekly video, there's a clip of Stella Henry Verney Watson telling Curtis Ashford Donald Turner she's got a plan to bring down Drew Quartermaine Cameron Matheson. Rewinding a bit, during the Thursday, February 20th episode, Curtis turned to Stella with a favor. She was called to the Savoy for a nightcap, and this is when he asked her to facilitate a meeting between him and her friend, Congressman Doug Henderson. Curtis provided Stella with the Cole's notes on how Drew isn't the man he once thought he was. He informed Stella that Drew has made it clear that he plans to use his congressman's power to block Aurora projects, and Curtis needs to stop him. Stella agreed to help, and it looks like she may now have devised a plan. Is this more to this than just organizing a meeting between Curtis and Congressman Henderson? Stella isn't much of a schemer, but she is the type of person who would do anything for her family. As it stands, now, Drew has his hands in many pots. He seems to be doing business with some of the shadier characters in the small town, including mob queen bee Selena Wu, Lydia Look and Jen Sidwell Carlo Rhoda. In fact, Drew's plan to get back at Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard and Jason Morgan Steve Burton by relocating the Esplanade to their piers and seizing that area may seem not only become a logistical nightmare for Port Charles, but it could also unleash massive mob drama and violence. Depending on what kind of plan Stella has, could she place herself, and Curtis, in the line of fire? Fans may recall that Curtis got shot back in July 2023 when he was merely standing next to Sonny having a friendly conversation. What could happen if the two enter his world by striking back at Drew? Would they potentially reach out to him for help with Drew? After all, Stella is tight with the mob boss, thanks to her friendship with his dad, Mike Corbin Max Gale. General Hospital spoilers suggest the proverbial poop is set to hit the fan over the next 5 days as Curtis and Drew's rivalry continues to heat up. Still, how will Stella inject herself into this storyline, and could she find herself in a dangerous circumstance because of it? In the thrilling world of General Hospital, danger is always lurking around the corner, and the stakes have never been higher. With Drew Cameron Matheson at the center of a brewing storm, his life is about to get turned upside down in ways no one could have predicted. As the tension mounts, it appears that Stella Henry Verney Watson and Curtis Ashford Donald Turner could find themselves at the heart of a dangerous conspiracy that could not only change the course of their lives but also put their very survival at risk. Drew Cain, caught in the crosshairs. Drew's recent return to Port Charles has been nothing short of dramatic. After months of being presumed dead, Drew's shocking reappearance revealed a multitude of unfinished business. As a former Navy SEAL turned businessman, Drew quickly found himself entangled in a web of corporate intrigue and personal betrayals, with his focus shifting between his family, friends, and the corporate world. But the biggest obstacle standing in his way is the powerful and secretive forces working behind the scenes to ensure his downfall. The storyline involving Drew's takedown plot has been building for some time now. Drew's success at Aurora Media, combined with his connection to several high-profile figures in the city, has made him a prime target for those who want to see him fall. However, the conspiracy goes deeper than anyone could have imagined, and it's not just Drew who will pay the price. Stella and Curtis, unwitting participants in a dangerous game. As Drew's world begins to unravel, his loved ones become increasingly vulnerable. Enter Stella and Curtis Ashford, two of Drew's most trusted allies. Curtis, the savvy private investigator, and his aunt Stella, the strong-willed nurse with an unwavering moral compass, have always been there for Drew in times of need. However, in the coming days, their involvement in Drew's drama may go from supportive to perilous. Curtis, with his deep understanding of Port Charles' underworld, has always been able to sniff out trouble. But even his instincts may not be enough to prepare him for the forces now targeting his family. When he uncovers the full scope of the takedown plot against Drew, he will quickly realize that his own life is at risk. As a man who has faced danger head-on in the past, Curtis knows how to protect himself, but this time, the threat is much closer to home. For Stella, things are even more complicated. As a beloved figure in the community and someone who holds deep ties to both Drew and Curtis, she could become an unwitting pawn in a larger game. The takedown plot against Drew isn't just about him, it's about sending a message to everyone who stands in the way of the mysterious individuals plotting against him. Stella's presence in Drew's life could make her a key player in their plan, leaving her vulnerable to attack or manipulation. The stakes have never been higher for her, and she'll have to dig deep to survive the impending storm. The web of deception, who's behind it all? As General Hospital viewers know, there are always a few shady characters lurking in the shadows, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. In the case of Drew's takedown, the list of suspects is long. From corporate moguls to organized crime figures, many have a reason to see Drew fall from grace. One potential culprit is none other than his estranged father, Edward Quartermain, or his proxies, who has never been a fan of Drew's decisions regarding the family business. Drew's aggressive approach to running Aurora Media has ruffled more than a few feathers within the powerful Quartermain clan, and it's possible that Edward or someone in his orbit could be orchestrating the plot to destabilize Drew's life and career. After all, when it comes to power, the Quartermains will stop at nothing to protect their legacy, even if it means sacrificing family ties. Another possibility is a shadowy figure from Drew's past, perhaps someone from his time in the military or during his business dealings in the past. The intrigue surrounding his connection to the mysterious trust fund has yet to be fully explored, and it's entirely possible that someone with a vendetta against Drew from his previous life is seeking revenge. As Drew's enemies close in, his relationship with both Stella and Curtis may be the key to exposing the truth. The dangers to Stella and Curtis. While Drew is the main target, the collateral damage could be devastating for those closest to him. Curtis, as a former cop turned private investigator, has spent years working behind the scenes to uncover the truth. But this time, his investigation may lead him into a situation that he can't control. When his investigation uncovers a direct connection between Drew's enemies and some of the most dangerous players in Port Charles, Curtis might find himself being followed, threatened, or worse, targeted in an attempt to shut him down. Stella, with her ever-present kindness and loyalty, is not someone who would expect to be caught up in the chaos. However, her relationship with both Drew and Curtis makes her a person of interest in this web of deception. If Drew's enemies believe that she holds any information or is in a position to protect Drew, they might go to extreme lengths to eliminate her as a threat. Whether through intimidation or physical danger, Stella could find herself in a fight for her life. Curtis and Stella's rescue mission. As Drew's takedown plot intensifies, it will become increasingly clear that Curtis and Stella will have to take matters into their own hands. With Curtis' detective skills and Stella's determination, they may have to uncover the conspiracy before it's too late. But in doing so, they will risk becoming targets themselves, especially when those pulling the strings realize that Curtis and Stella are not backing down. The dynamic between Curtis, Stella, and Drew has always been one of unwavering loyalty, but now, they'll have to rely on each other more than ever. Will Curtis' ability to outsmart the bad guys be enough to save them all, or will Stella's compassion be her undoing, as she fights to protect her family at all costs? As the takedown plot threatens Drew's life and livelihood, General Hospital viewers are in for a wild ride. Stella and Curtis' lives will be turned upside down as they navigate a world of deceit, danger, and betrayal. With everything on the line, they will have to make life-altering decisions to protect themselves and those they love. As always, General Hospital keeps fans on the edge of their seats, and this latest storyline promises to be a game-changer for Drew, Curtis, Stella, and the entire Port Charles community. In the end, the question remains, will Drew survive the takedown plot, and will Curtis and Stella make it out unscathed, or will this be a devastating new chapter in their lives? Only time will tell, but one thing is for certain: this story is far from over. The drama is only just beginning, and the twists and turns will keep us all guessing until the very end.